Hey everybody, it's Dave TV. Alright everybody, it's the 26th of February, 2015, and here I am. Got these camo pants. I ordered these on eBay back about, when was that? Last year. They were new with tags, but these are old pants. These pants were made back in 2007, never worn. Really like them a lot. But now, guess what? They're already starting to rip. They already started getting them the other day and duct taping them up. Duct taping them up. I don't know, man. What am I going to do? But we are on the air. I guess the pants are so old they're actually just starting to wear, literally they probably sat in a closet and moths ate them. I don't know. Anyway, look at this. The Washington Post today, reliable source column. Don't you just love it? Don't you love it? Look at this big thing. Actress Meryl Streep was seen Tuesday night dining at the Hamilton with an unknown man. They couldn't even identify him. However, it's like, that's news. That's really fleshed out news. And an unidentified male companion. They were chowing down on sushi and sipping white wine. She had a ponytail, a cheek pony. No word on. So Meryl Streep's in town. They don't know who she's sitting with. They don't know what brought her into town. Her publicist won't return any calls. So it's more questions than answers. This is really solid, quality journalism. Oh, man. Oh, and this is a world-class newspaper, huh? And then look at this. This is cool now. Bryce Harper. I like this picture. Look at that. Look at that. Look at it. Look at the WTOP right smack there. There he is. And Channel 5 and WUSA, but WTOP right smack there. That's a cool picture. Anyway, so what do I have to say? What do I have to say? Let's see if I could do this. Maybe I could do this with the background there. Hey there, ho there. WNEW. So yeah, they're running Dave Ramsey now from 8 to 11. The other night they ran this overnight show. I think it's called America Overnight out of St. Louis or something like that. They ran that overnight. And then last night I tuned in, and it's snowing. As you can see, it's snowing. So I guess they figured we better do some snow coverage tonight. So I think last night when I tuned in, they weren't running America Overnight, at least like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock when I tuned in the morning. They were running regular coverage. I don't know. I don't know. The station, you either run it or you don't run it. If you're going to run a talk show, you run the talk show or you don't run the talk show. I mean, but the station is all screwed up. I got a really interesting email. I was from one of the head honchos in the Washington media market the other day. Let's see if I can find this, because hey, let's get some light on me. Let's get some light on me. Hello. So this is interesting. I was chatting with a local radio guru, and we were just going back and forth about what the hell's going on at WNEW. And this person writes, I just said, what the hell's going on? They're now dropping the all news chunks and they're putting in more talk and, all this other stuff. And this person writes, it's a sign of defeat, very demoralizing for them. WNEW had 3 years to turn a profit, and they haven't. So now it's block programming and trimming expenses. They have to be wondering what else they can do with that frequency, because even with talk, it's going to bleed red ink. If they were really committed to winning, they would at least make the talk local. Interesting. Once you go down the path of block programming, there's no putting the genie back in the bottle. The bigger concern for them, this local media guru writes, what happens if Lou and John Dickey get their hands on CBS? Now, they are the heads of Cumulus, which is probably one of the most horrible radio companies in the world. They run WMAL radio and WRQX, running it into the ground anyway, at least the latter. They have to be freaking out. There's folks at CBS. My guru writes, the rumors are picking up on Wall Street, and CBS has been doing some head-scratching deals with Westwood One, Dancing with the Devil. This is why I think the rumors may be true. And then my guru also writes, keep an eye on WNEW. I'm hearing rumblings that they're going to be cutting deep into local news and programming, maybe even cutting Jerry Edwards, who's down in Florida, who does the traffic and does And then I go all NPR. And then I wrote back to this guru. I said, yeah, Karen Mathis was widely heralded for WAMU's stellar ratings, one of the best performing NPR outlets in the country. That's what WAMU was and still is. But she really spent wildly and drove the station into depth before heading to Seattle. And then I wrote back, also regarding the CBS WNEW stuff. I said, as I say many times in my Dave TV rants, CBS also fails to place any of its 5 FMers in the top 10 on a regular basis. The problem isn't only with WNEW, PGC, and Elzal, which is on a misaligned 107.9 signal. They've got to be severely underperforming. So there. So that's what I say about that. We got the weekly numbers yesterday. Just some weeklies for the first week of February, which is actually, and I'm looking, and is any CBS station in the top 10? TOP, HUR, AMU, WASH, Hot 995, Big, MAL, MMJ, DC 101, GTS? No. Number 11, PRS. Number 12, WETA. Okay, 13. A 13th place tie for PGC and MZQ. So the best CBS did with Steve Swenson in the first week, the latest radio ratings for the first week of Feb, the best they did was WPGC at 13th place, Fresh at 15th place, JFK at 17th place, tied with Elzal, and poor old WNEW down at 20th place. So again, they have 5 major FMers, can't get any of them again into the top 10. Joe Madison shoots for a Guinness record. Joe Madison went on the air yesterday at 6 a.m., so today is Thursday. That was Wednesday, and he's going to try to be on the air over there at Sirius XM up through Friday to get some sort of a Guinness record, so check it out. Twitter hashtag is Madison Marathon, so we'll see if he gets that. I guess that means staying awake for a couple of days like that. I don't know, man. Whatever. And, okay, so another cool thing I want to show you guys. Let me see now. Where is my mail here? Bum, 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 bum. Let's do this a few minutes to kind of keep things going, to make it interesting. My good buddy Rob, I think he's up there in southern Pennsylvania. He emails me, he says he went to a week ago, he went to the Lurs Center on the campus of Shippensburg University, and he met Amy Hudak, and got her to sign a card for me. WHAG, Amy Hudak, your4state.com, WHAG Channel 25. There she is, DCRDV Dave, Amy L. Hudak. Well, she didn't sign it with love, but isn't that nice? So Rob sent me that. Thank you very much, Rob. I do appreciate it. Rob's going to also promise to send me a WPGC double album. So I'll have to dig up a turntable somewhere. Thank you very much, Rob. He's up in Waynesboro, PA. Well, thank you very much, Rob. He sends me stuff every now and then. Lots of cool, crazy stuff, and I really appreciate it. So thanks a lot, Rob. What else? Oh, sorry. There was something else I wanted to talk about. And golly Jehoshaphat's, I forgot it, didn't I? Well, Mickey Cucchiella. Mickey Cucchiella is going to do some guest shoddy kind of stuff on WNST, that Baltimore sports talker that hardly anybody listens to on 1570. Mickey used to be the morning man there on 98 Rock and gave it up because he just kind of burned himself out. And so he's been running a vape lounge thingy-dingy where he sells electronic cigarettes in Harford County. But he did some morning guest hosting there on, I'll take the hat off. I think I'm better looking with just a plain old bald head, don't you think? Anyway, I did some guest hosting there on 105.7 The Fan, CBS's sports talker there in Baltimore back in November. I think he's just doing the NST thing to kind of keep his presence out there and do some promo. I really think he's gunning for something at 105.7. Why not? That's a major station. Just hanging around with Nestor over there at NST is probably fine for the time being, but I don't think he's really looking at making that a full-time gig of any sort. And I don't think Nestor has the bucks to pay him, but who knows? Who the hell knows? Anyway, what do you know? All right, folks, thanks for watching Dave TV for the 26th of February, 2015. We are no longer on the air.